is a miracle, actually.
Miracle baby.
Basically, she was born dead. She was not breathing. We're back at it again with story time. We left off where, you know, we met in our relationship and we got married and we started having kids. We had Sabrina a year and a half after we got married.
Why are you looking at me?
No, you're there.
I ain't your kid.
The funny thing about when we got married is we had a 5-year plan. We weren't gonna have children for 5 years. We went down the shore a couple months after we got married. I was playing with your cousin's little daughter. That too. But anyway, I'm on the beach playing with this 2-year-old. She was so cute. And I said to him, oh my God, we have this big house. We need to have babies. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah.
He's like, really? I'm gonna get laid?
He got laid all the time, Lance. Funny thing is, when I got pregnant, I knew I was pregnant. I took pregnancy tests. They were all negative. I went to the doctors. They drew my blood. They're like, you're not pregnant. I'm like, okay, then what's wrong with me? So I went to another doctor and they wanted to give me a pill to actually bring on my monthly cycle, and I refused to take it. And Daddy was actually mad. Bruce was actually mad.
You call him Daddy?
No, you guys are here, that's why I said that. Bruce was actually mad at me. He's like, you need to take that pill, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not taking it. So I went back to my doctor and they did a pelvic ultrasound, and here I was 8 weeks pregnant. For some reason, my HCG levels were not showing. Long and short of it, I was pregnant with Sabrina. Normal pregnancy, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I did everything right. I ate so much that I actually gained 95 pounds. At 7 months, I looked like I was ready to give birth. I probably was 75 pounds in at that point. When I had her, I had gained almost 90 pounds. How big was I, babe?
Huge.
What did you used to do?
Huge.
What did you
I should take your mother on the beach. Her stomach was out like that. We had to cut a hole in the chair where she laid out at.
I would lay out in my yard.
To stick her stomach in it.
Yes, and I would put a towel on the ground and lay my stomach in the hole of the beach chair.
And then she fried Sabrina's brain.
No, she has your brain, actually.
She's laying in the chair like this in the sun. That's why Sabrina's all so dark.
No. Yeah, probably.
Sabrina has a natural tan.
When I went in to give birth, the doctors actually looked at me and went, are they bikini lines? I'm like, yup. So anyway, long and short, I was induced. I went in at 6 a.m. in the morning to have her.
Seduced.
No, well that too, but no, actually it's called induced.
God, tell about the doctor.
Hold on a second.
She's the best.
That was with Lance. That's the next story.
Oh, that's the next story.
That's Lance's story. So my sister was there and Bruce. My mom had pneumonia, so she couldn't be there. We go in, they give me an epidural, which is like a needle in your back. And I'm reading Vogue going, oh, I'll have 20 babies. Well, guess what? An hour later, the epidural wore off and I was in excruciating pain. They came back and had to hook up another needle, which at the time, I didn't have a lot of knowledge. I was 24 years old. I didn't know any of this, any of the repercussions of having epidural or anything like that. So they had 2 epidurals in, they wore off, and they had to eventually give me a saddle block because I was in so much pain and Sabrina was in distress. They didn't tell me this, the cord was wrapped around her neck. So when I was giving birth to her, Bruce was recording, just thinking, oh, the baby's coming out. We never thought anything could go wrong.
Vlogging.
What happened?
He was vlogging it.
He was vlogging back then. But just an excited new dad, and you know, I can't really see anything because I got my legs in stirrups and you know, I'm pushing out a baby. When she came out, she was not breathing, so they didn't get to plop her on me like they do in a normal birth. They took her, she wasn't breathing. For 6 minutes, they worked in her. There was a team of doctors in there that came in, and we actually have a video, which I'm not gonna show it to anybody because it's kind of personal, but like where you see the life coming back into her after they had to like inject her with a needle and do CPR and all these things. And you see the life coming into her little tiny body. My sister was there with me. She was crying in the corner like this, and I can't see what's going on. So I don't know what's going on. He's not saying anything. No one's saying anything to me. Afterwards, when she finally was breathing, they handed her to me for a split second. I got to kiss her and hold her, and then they took her away for 24 hours for observation. So now I'm scared to death. I don't know what's going on. I don't have my baby.
They swapped out the kids. It's not really her.
I kind of thought that for a long time, but no, she's mine. But the next day, they did bring her back to me in the morning, and they told me all her APGAR scores were good, which is a system that they use for newborns. And I did ask them, like, well, she didn't breathe for a long period of time. Could there be something wrong? And they said, basically, as she grows, you'll know if something's wrong. We were totally clueless. All I know is I had this beautiful baby and she made all of her milestones. She slept through the night at a week old. She rolled over when she was supposed to. She, did everything she was supposed to. Before school, she was a little hyper. After I had Lance, she was very, very hyper. I thought she was just jealous of her brother. Here, when she started kindergarten, they basically said you should get her tested, and we had her tested for ADHD.
He's licking my
Do
finger.
you want to talk at all?
No, listen to me.
So when she was 5 years
I
old,
like
we
story
started
time.
her on medication. Bruce was totally against it, but I wanted to love my child instead of yelling at her all the time and tell her to stop doing these things. She was beating up Lance all the time. She would just come home from her school bag and whack him in the face, and he'd go, "Mommy, she didn't mean it." And I'm like, okay. So when I put her on the medication, it was like, wow, she's calm. I can actually sit and talk to my kid. So a lot of people wonder, they make really mean comments, or they say things like, why does she act this way or whatever. It's her personality. She is a miracle, actually.
Miracle baby.
Basically, she was born dead. She was not breathing. For me, she's my little miracle. And it hurts me when people say nasty things. They have to understand that everybody's not made the same. So she's a little special in her own way. She's not stupid by any means. She's very smart. It just takes her a little longer to catch on to certain things, and her reaction to things are almost childlike at times, which it'll always be like that, but that's okay. We love her for who she is, no matter what.
It's her whole family.
Well, our whole family is screwed up in one way or another, but
Yeah.
Sabrina especially, because that happened, she had a traumatic birth. I don't think anybody should be judged for anything. You want to add anything, Princess? Come over here.
Well, I need the umbilical cord left.
Sabrina, was that you? Sabrina, stop farting.
Okay, so Sabrina, sit up. This is why she's a little goofy, but it's okay. We love her anyway. So we accept her, and I wanted to share this story with you because I think it's important for everybody to understand a little bit about you, instead of people judging you for things that they don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, if they judge me, that's their opinion.
Well,
I could
everybody
care less what
judges.
they say about me.
No, I understand that, but I think me telling this story helps people have a better understanding of you.
Well, yeah.
You are who you are.
Yeah.
And you're
That was real.
without the fart marks in the back. Stop, guys.
That was Lance.
Stop.
You're 25.
Oh my God, it smells so bad.
Get out of here! You're 25, but in reality, your brain is 16, 17.
No, it's not. It's 18.
Okay. Help, guys. So, we don't have to share all this with you, but you are...
You gotta love her, huh?
Again, we don't have to share this with our audience, but I choose to because I want you guys to have a better understanding of who we are and why some of the things that take place actually take place.
Butter.
Butter. Butter. Yeah.
It's me, Butters.
We love her though. I want to kill her sometimes, but we love her. All right, so let's talk about Lance.
Oh boy.
I told Bruce I only wanted one baby, and then we talked about it, and we didn't want Sabrina to be an only child. So I told him, listen, if I'm having another baby, I'm doing it now. I want them to be close in age. I don't want to be an old mom. I don't want to be in my 30s having babies. So my plan was to get pregnant in July and have the baby in April. So I was skinny by the summer. That was my whole thing is to be skinny because I gained so much weight with Sabrina. So we started trying to have him. And at the same time, we were building a house in Jersey. We lived in the city, and I wasn't getting pregnant. So I was just like, okay, I give up. Our house sold, and our house wasn't ready, so we had to live with my in-laws. That was fun. For 3 months. So basically, Lance was conceived at your mom's house, right?
Yes.
Our house was finally done in, I think, October or November.
It's being built, yes.
And I remember I worked in Jersey, so I'm driving to go pick Sabrina up from after work. And I was sick. And I'm like, oh my God, did I not eat? What's wrong? I wasn't even thinking I was pregnant. So I picked Sabrina up, and then it dawned on me that, oh my God, could I be pregnant? I went and bought a pregnancy test. The pee did not even hit the stick, and it was blue. I was pregnant. Now with Sabrina, I did 20 pregnancy tests, and they were negative, and I was pregnant. So I'm like, oh, this has to be a boy. And a little funny thing beforehand is that I went to a psychic 2 months prior, and they're like, you're gonna have a son. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess a month before I was pregnant, my nephew Shane, who was only a baby at the time. Thanks, Gia, you just hit the camera. So my nephew Shane was sitting on my lap, and he's hugging me. He's like, Aunt Nina, do you have a baby boy in your belly? And I said, not that I know of. And 2 weeks later, I was pregnant. So it was really funny, babies have these weird instincts. I was due on June 22nd, and Lance was laying on my sciatic nerve. So my doctor, who was a midwife, induced me. We went to her office at, I want to say 9 a.m. She sent me over to the hospital and they induced me. She comes in, go ahead, bro, tell your story because this makes you all hot and bothered.
She came in what?
Joanne, she was attractive. She was a little thing.
No, it was after you had the baby.
So she comes in, it's 9:30, she checks me, she's like, you're good, you're not gonna have this baby till about 6. I'm gonna go have lunch with my son. And ironically, it was her son's birthday. She was taking her son out. They induced me and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, they're like, oh, you're gonna have this baby soon. I dilate it, whatever you have to do. He was born at 11:30. She comes running at 11:15. She's like, I guess I'm not having lunch with my kid, but she was all dressed up to take her son out to lunch in this red dress. She had the throw scrubs on and all of that. And Bruce was like, oh, look how cute she looks. 2 pushes, he was out. I felt like this was the only pain I felt. Luckily, the anesthesiologist remembered me and my file from Sabrina, and he hooked up the epidural in 3 different spots because I have a curvage in my spine, which we weren't aware of, that made it wear off the previous time. So he had me all hooked up. It was a great birth. He looked like a C-section baby. He was pink, perfect. He did scream a lot though.
Yeah. I had blue eyes.
He did have blue eyes and blonde hair. My father-in-law,
Blue East.
God help me. My father-in-law took one look at him and was like, Bruce, I don't think he's yours. Because my husband's best friend at the time had blonde hair and blue eyes. And
Well, my brother Mark has blonde hair.
but that's not what your dad was saying.
I know.
And Lance's name, fun fact, was supposed to be Brock. His
I
name was
picked
supposed
both
to be
of yous.
Brock. And
Yous.
so Bruce actually named both of them. He named Lance, and Sabrina's name was going to be Ariella. Ariella Elizabeth. Elizabeth for my mom, and Ariella because I liked it. However, his nephew, Shane, has red hair. So we're like, God, what if our daughter has red hair like that? We can't name her Ariella because they're gonna like do the little mermaid thing because it had just come out that year. I was gonna name her Deanna. As soon as she came out, he just said Sabrina Nicole. And that was her name. Same thing with Lance. He was like, Lance Joseph. So I did not name my children. He did. I'll give you props for that. They have nice names.
You didn't tell about the story about the nurse, Dad?
That was the story.
No, the stitching.
Oh. So when I had Sabrina, you know, when you have a baby, sometimes you tear or they have to cut you, whatever, down there. This is really gruesome to tell. I had to get a couple stitches and Bruce turns around and goes, hey, Joanne, could you put a couple extra stitches? And I was like, Bruce, are you that small? Really?
She killed me, bro.
Guys, this is going to conclude our story time for tonight. Please leave comments below letting me know what else you want to know, what other stories you'd like us to tell. Don't forget to subscribe and put that thumbs up.
Turn on post notifications.
We will be doing shout outs of the day.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, let's get right into it. So we came down to the shore. This is our little shore house. Tiny, but it's cute. It's our little getaway. We really enjoy coming down here. We haven't been down here for almost a month. We were in California and then we were home for a few weeks. I was planning Sabrina's party and we had the party last week. What are we doing tonight? We came down here and it's raining.
Party time. No, you don't look like you're ready to party.
No, I'm ready to relax. We haven't relaxed in a while.
Tomorrow night party time.
Tomorrow night, yeah, we'll go out tomorrow night. We'll go out dancing.
Dancing in the rain. Oh, look what we got. Look what I brought down. We're gonna exercise tomorrow.
I don't like exercise.
We brought the electric bikes down.
And I'll sit in my little sunroom. This is my favorite part of this whole little house that we have.
Yeah, you like it. Here's Nina's spot right there.
That's right. I sit right here all day and I sit on my phone like this.
Living it up.
Started our vlog for the day, so you're part of it. Say hi.
What are you doing? You left us here alone.
Yeah, I know. I'm debating if I come back right now or if I stay here. I don't know.
Well, you better leave. You better come back here. Your mother's driving me nuts. She wants quiet time. I'm ready to party. I need you down here so I can do some fun stuff with the bikes and stuff.
I'm boring, in other words.
Look at this, guys. I come down the shore and look, she's out cold. Team, what are you doing? It's party time. Come on, get dressed. We're going out clubbing.
No, I'm tired. You didn't have to clean up the house from the party or do all the laundry. I did. You get to go to work and that's it.
See ya. Good night. Alright, all packed up for the beach. Getting ready to go.
Let's go. We're almost here. We just have to find a parking spot. Always fun on a Saturday.
Oh, it's beautiful out. Little breeze, little windy.
Can you handle those chairs, bro? They heavy, baby?
Too heavy. Here we go. Got Nina walking to the beach. Say hi. How's your day going?
Going. I'm at my happy place. I'm good. I get my tan on.
Nice.
You?
Yep, I'm ready.
Yeah? All right, let me sleep.
Sleep. What's the matter, Nee? Cold? The sun went in? I know, the sun's cold. No, when the sun went in, it got cold. All right, Neen, you good? The sun's back out. You warm again?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, beach day over.
Time for lunch and some drinks.
Yoo-hoo! What you doing, Nina? Getting all dolled up for lunch?
Not really dolled up, just trying to look half normal.
Me, I'm going a natural look.
Yeah, I wish I was a guy and I could see that.
Looking for Grandmom. There she is.
Here I am, waiting on you, my son-in-law.
You ready for your shopping excursion? What you doing, Grams? Getting a flu shot? Oh boy. Ow!
Didn't hurt.
Ah, that hurts.
Everything, shut up.
Woo! All done.
Thank you.
That was quick.
Yeah, it's sitting there, we can just check out, and I can get home and eat my potato chips. I gotta hide them, Sabrina steals them.
Does she? Sabrina steals everything.
But she takes the whole bag, she don't take the handful. Take the bag.
You all done shopping?
I'm done.
You got your flu shot, everything's working. So what happened? We just drove by Burger King.
Yeah, they're rebuilding. Good thing I didn't want nothing when we first moved in. You roll over South Jersey here looking for the goddamn Burger King. Was right down the road. Asshole.
What are you gonna do now? Looks like it's under construction for a couple months.
Oh, that's alright, I'll survive.
They'll take you to Chick-fil-A, eat healthy, get protein.
Oh God, no, their sandwiches are good, but they're too thick.
That's she said.
It's too, yeah, you wish. I was doing really good with my cigarettes. I'm down to 4 a day.
4 a day?
Yeah.
How many packs were you smoking?
Oh, I never smoked a whole pack a day. Oh, well, maybe back in the day when I drank. That's many years ago. I hate this intersection. Somebody's gonna get killed here yet.
I know, it's rough, isn't it?
Yeah, because they ain't got no patience, the motherfuckers.
Family friendly.
I am family friendly. I love everybody. I love all these f***s.
Taking the bikes out. Give it a lot of gas. A lot of gas. Go. There she goes. Where you guys at? You alright? What happened? You okay, Sabrina? You alright? Fine, Cameron. What happened? Sabrina, you alright?
Sabrina took the tumble of a lifetime. I hit the bump. She went up because she wasn't holding on to me. She's holding on like this instead of wrapping her arms around me. So she's holding on like this. I hit the bump and then here she goes up over my head. I'm like, oh my God. Bang. And then come to find out she's still ain't learning a lesson because she's leaning to the left and I'm leaning to the right. Then I go around another turn. I lean to the left. She leans to the right. Bang. Right into the side of the thing.
You alright, Sabrina? Ready to put them away.